And we're up and running. Good afternoon to everyone. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday afternoon. I hope you're all in good health and I hope you're all doing very well, as I said. It's not a bad day out today, to be honest with you. A little bit grey, but it's not cold and it's not hot. It's just in between. It's just nice. It's just the right weather where you can sit down and you can work on things without getting too hot, without getting too bothered and frustrated. Because there's nothing like working in the boiling hot heat without air conditioning around you. So yeah, this is really good. This is really good weather to put bits together when you need to put bits together. And this is what I'm going to do today, guys. So first of all, I'd like to welcome everyone to my YouTube channel, Ballstore Boys Towers. Every single one of you are welcome. You're more than welcome. Please don't forget to share and subscribe to keep my channel alive. I've also got a join button. If you look at the top of my screen on the right hand side, you'll see membership and join, and you can join. And what you get when you join is one-to-one exclusive video calls and meet and greets, book signings and different bits like that. So it's got a lot of very good advantages to it. So yeah, it's only £1.99 a month or £3.99 a month, or I think it goes up to £5.99 a month. But whatever one you choose is very gratefully accepted. And if you don't choose, then no worries, you're still welcome on my channel, and thank you for being one of my members. So yeah, big shout out to all my members that's been there with me from day one and that are still there with me today. A big shout out, and I mean a big shout out, to everyone that's fighting drug addiction, that are finding it hard, that keep relapsing. All I can say to you guys is don't never ever give up the fight, and one day, that day will come soon enough when you decide to quit it, knock it on the head, get on a program and get your life back on track and become stable. That day happened to me when I was in my early 40s, probably around 42, when I decided, look, enough was enough. I spent most of my life in prison. I've spent most of my life addicted to drugs in one way or another, and it was time to really get my act together and sort my life out. And this is where I am today, age 54. Never ever felt so settled and happy and content in all my life. As you can see, I've got a smile on my face, and you can tell when I'm up and you can tell when I'm down, and I'm not down very much. Anyway, now we're a few minutes into this video, I want to start talking about the subject which I'm going to be talking about today. And to me, there's not enough videos on YouTube. There's not enough research been done about this, even from doctors, from labs, from scientists and places high up in the chain. Even they don't really know too much about this, apart from the people who actually suffer from it themselves. And this is the reason why I'm doing this video, because I'm one of them sufferers. And it's only recently I brought this to the table and brought it to my doctor's attention, and they diagnosed me. So what this is called Restless Leg Syndrome. So it's RLS to anyone but one that wants to know more information about it. Just type that in Google and you'll see what it is. So how I first began to know that I had this restless leg syndrome was maybe in my early 20s, when I used to sit still during the especially of a night time. It's not so much of a daytime, because during the day I'm active, I'm walking about and I'm using all my muscles, using all my legs, and it's not an issue. But it started to happen to me in the evenings, early evenings, when I go to sit down, watch telly and chill out. My legs are literally going like this. It first started off with my legs, and when I got into it a few years into my illness, my arms started to move too. So my legs would be going backwards and forwards, and my arms would be going like this. It reminds me a little bit of like MS, that type of thing. But obviously it's not MS. So yeah, I first found out about this recently, really, but I've had it for many years, since I was in my early 20s. It's associated with other illnesses, especially to do with drugs, but it's nothing to do with that whatsoever. So years and years ago, when my legs used to go like this, I used to automatically think it was down to drug addiction. Well, it's a completely and utterly different illness altogether. It's the same similar symptoms as riding the bike. That's all I can say. And you haven't got no control over your legs. So what happens to me is this. Early evening, I'll be sitting down watching TV with my missus, and I get like a sensation going from my kneecaps all the way down to the tips of my toes. And sometimes it feels like I've got pins and needles. Sometimes it feels my feet are going dead, and sometimes it feels like I've got no blood rushing to going to my feet. So I've got to constantly do this with my feet to get my blood rushing, to take them pins and needles away, to take them aches and pains away. And when I get up and walk about, I find that helps. But then as soon as I sit back down again, my legs and my feet are going again. And now it's not just my feet and my legs, it's also my arms. Now, I've suffered with this condition, as I said, for many, many years, since I was in my early 20s. And when I say suffered, I mean suffered, whereas it's been keeping me up of a night time for many, many years, for most of my life in bed. I'll be getting in bed of a night time and I'll be twisting, turning, and I'll be doing that all night long until I actually fall asleep, which sometimes it got that bad, this illness, that I actually couldn't fall asleep, and I had to get out of the bed and walk about around the flat or go for a walk up the street to try and shake this off. But yeah, it's only just recently come to my attention because, you know, my missus has been watching me and seeing me go through this for so long. And it isn't fair on my missus for her to see me go through this, because although she's not going through the same pain, she's mentally going through the same pain by watching me every single night of the last 12 years since we've been together with my legs going like this. So I took it one step further, and I thought I want to bring this up to my doctors. And when I spoke to my doctor, I've got an appointment, which took me a long time to do, by the way, because, you know, these days it is very hard to get an appointment of any doctors, despite what illness you've got. And it's irrelevant what illness you've got too. It's like if you go to A&E or go to hospital, operations are getting put off. And, you know, things like that to do with the NHS, lack of staff, things like that. But yeah, I thought it was a bit cruel to my missus, and especially cruel to myself too. And I couldn't take another minute of it. So I decided that I needed to really do something about this and see if I could seek help for it from a professional people, from the doctors. And when I sat down in front of my doctor and I explained to her the sensations which I get in my feet and the feelings what I get in my feet, and then it comes with you where I don't sleep over night time. When I do fall asleep, it's only for a few hours, so I wake up really ratty, angry, frustrated the next day. And I unravelled all this to my doctor, and she got the internet on and started going onto YouTube. I couldn't believe it, and she said, yeah, she said this is called Restless Leg Syndrome, and there's thousands of patients in the UK and all around the world which suffer with this in silence and don't really say nothing. And she offered to start me off on a medication. Now I'm going to turn the camera around or try and get the medication which they put me on for this condition. It's called Ropinirole. Ropinirole. Sorry, it's upside down, but if you can read that. Now, what this medication is this is given to MS patients and patients with severe nerve damage and things like that to do with their feet. So I was very optimistic at first when I brought it home, because I don't like trying new medication, especially medication which I don't have a clue about. And I thought I'd give it a try. So I tried it the first night, and yeah, it made me very, very drowsy, up to a state where I had to go to bed. So if you decide you want to go on this medication, make sure you're not driving, you're not operating anything, or, you know, you're somewhere where you can fall asleep, because this medication can just automatically make you drop off to sleep. I believe it attacks a certain part of your brain. It's called the receptors in your brain, and it helps with your blood flow, your nerve flow, and things like this. And within an hour of me taking it, I was waiting for it to see if it was going to work, because my legs were going like this. And then an hour later, I started feeling drowsy, and all of a sudden, it went. It was like it was a miracle. It just went. I fell asleep that night. Had a really good sleep. Probably the best night's sleep that I've had in over 25 years, to be honest with you. And yeah, the next day I woke up and I'd done the same thing the next night to see if it was really working. And the next night I took the medication and my legs wasn't shaking again. Put me to sleep. So after a few nights of taking it, I built my tolerance up, and then it stopped putting me to sleep and started working more as the medication which it should be working for, which is restless leg syndrome. So this is a reason why I've brought this up, is because there's not enough research done on this illness, and it is a very, very bad illness. It's an illness where it actually affects your lifestyle, your sleeping pattern, and your everyday things, what you do in everyday life. So it's very important that I put this video out, guys, for awareness. So I hope and pray that this video has helped a lot of people which suffer the conditions what I suffer. And if you do suffer with them conditions, don't be sworn to silence. Reach out, speak to your doctor, because I believe now they're putting quite a lot of research into this, and they're into it, and they've brought it to the table a little bit more, and they've started diagnosing people with restless leg syndrome a little bit more, and they're issuing medication a little bit more. So guys, I hope this video has helped you, and I hope you're all having a good day. Much, much, much respect. Peace.